WalrusCast.
Welcome back, everybody, to WalrusCast, a podcast where we talk to people who know things about stuff. I would like to introduce you to a very good friend of mine. His name is Eric. Would you like me to use your last name in there, or no?
It doesn't really matter.
Okay. Then I'd like to introduce you to Eric. One of my coworkers, good friend, showed me Big Hero 6 for the first time. Really great movie. And one of the most vocal transgender persons I know. So everybody, please welcome Eric to the WalrusCast soapbox.
Hey guys.
Now, Eric, how do you define your trans status?
As in, how do I define trans, or how do I find myself as trans?
Go for both.
So transgender is a person that doesn't identify with the gender they were assigned at birth. So I was assigned female at birth, but I identify as male. And it came out about 5 years ago to myself, and came out publicly 2 years ago. So.
Alright. And how does this affect your life?
It affects a lot, because obviously everyone knew me for 18 plus years as female and a completely different name, and most people not in my generation don't even know what transgender is. Mm-hmm. And so coming out to people and saying, hey, I'm trans, and them going, you're what? It really made me think about how to describe it to people that don't understand a lot of the LGBT circle. And yeah, surprisingly, a lot of family has been really supportive and accepting.
That's good. This is an awkwardly worded question, I'll admit.
That's okay.
How did you, or what led up to your discovery of the fact that you are a dude?
That actually came from one of the YouTubers that I follow. He is a cosplayer from Canada, and his username is Twin Fools. Mm-hmm. And so I had been following him for years before he came out as trans, and started watching his videos about him being trans. And I'm like, this makes a lot of sense. Like, why have I never heard about this before? And so I was watching them, and I kept up with all of his videos, and just kept getting more into what he was describing and everything else. I'm like, this makes so much sense to my life. I think I might be trans. And so I was actually agender for a year, because I'm like, well, I don't feel fully female, but I'm not really sure if I'm trans, and I've only really known about this one trans guy, and it doesn't seem like it's a thing outside of cosplay. And so then I kept finding more and more people online, not through cosplay and everything else. I'm like, oh, this is actually a thing. There are other people like me. I'm not so weird after all. And so I came out to myself junior year of high school. I'm like, yep, this is me. I am Eric. I am a man.
Big strong man.
I'm the manliest man.
You mentioned in both your questionnaire and just in the last question that cosplay influenced your discovery, and how would you describe that?
Well, a lot of the characters, even starting out in cosplay, a lot of the characters that I cosplayed were male. Mm. And so at the cons, even as this little 12-year-old kid with a super high-pitched voice and really obnoxious, I was getting mistaken for a guy because I was cosplaying a guy, and I looked 8 at the time. So voice really didn't matter. And so I found out, like, through the years that at that time, being mistaken as male felt really awesome. Because I'm like, wait a second. People see me as, like, something that I'm not, which is, I mean, the whole point of cosplay.
Right.
It's like, people see me as something that I'm not. And it's really, like, it feels really good. And so I started to move away from... I never really had any feminine female cosplays, except for, like, one. But I started to move away
And
from...
which one was that?
That was Eve from Black Cat, which nobody knows.
I remember hearing something about Black Cat. It's been a long while.
The only reason that it was so feminine was it's because it was actually a child cosplay, and so she was pretty much a Lolita. And she was adorable, and she had, like, all this cybernetic implants where she could make her arms and body into weapons. So I got to carry around those, and that was fun. But it's like I moved away from thinking, like, even imagining doing a feminine female cosplay, and I stuck more to male and more masculine or tomboyish females, and it felt like I felt so much more comfortable in the cosplays that I was doing.
Examples might be...
The biggest one that really, really helped, Ed Elric was a big one, because...
Edward Elric from
Full Metal Alchemist. Yeah, that one really helped, because, like, he's just rambunctious and rowdy and so much like me that it was fun to be him and to be seen as male. And so I just kept getting more into, like, other characters. I had a bunch of Naruto characters. Sasuke was a big one, but I don't go back to that. I actually got into supernatural cosplays, and I did Dean, Cass, and Gabriel. And Gabriel is one of my favorite cosplays to do, because he is so much like me and so easy to fall into the character that it really doesn't matter who I'm around. It's just like, oh, I'm Gabriel. I'm gonna be this awesome person. And so yeah, it was pretty much the more rambunctious characters that I cosplayed that helped me feel more like me, because I'm like, hey, you listen to me, I am man.
Hear me roar!
It's like the quiet characters like Sasuke and some of the others, like, yeah, they were fun, but it's like you don't really get to embody that as much as you do the louder characters. So yeah, the louder ones really helped.
Okay. Now, I remember that a couple weeks ago when you showed me the last half of Big Hero 6, we went to send letters.
Yes.
What were the subject of those letters, if you're comfortable with that?
Yeah, I actually, finally, sent a coming out letter to my family. I had planned to do it months ago after Christmas, because I only see them at Christmas, and I'm like, hey, might as well give them a year to let this all sink in before they have to see me again. And so, yeah, I came out to them in a full-page letter saying, hey, this is me, this is who I've been for the past 2 years, this is what I'd like you to call me, here's the plans that I have upcoming this year. Hope you're okay with it, and if you're not, well, it was nice knowing you. And most of the letters arrived a couple of days ago to the locations, and the reactions I got were kind of surprising.
Really?
Because I wasn't expecting as many people in my family to be so accepting. Which is awesome. Like, don't get me wrong. It is awesome. I just, honestly, I come from a conservative family. I wasn't expecting half of my family to actually accept or be willing to transition with names and pronouns. And most of them are like, hey, we figured this was what you were gonna say. We were just waiting for you to actually come out.
I love it when that kind of thing happens.
And I'm like, yeah, well, I've been like this for 5 years, so I hoped something was obvious. And so most of them actually friended me on Facebook. I had hour-long conversations with a bunch of them, just like, hey, so you got my letter. Yeah, we figured this was what was going on. Like, yeah, it's been going on. So yeah, I was surprised. I think I was more surprised by the fact that my grandma had a Facebook.
Yeah?
I didn't know she had a Facebook. And so I'm like, first off, there's all these family members that I knew had Facebooks, and I had them blocked for 2 years, because I'm like, oh, I don't want them to find me in the recommended friends tag.
Mm.
But my grandma, my, like, southern, sweet as lemonade grandma, who I knew would be okay with it, because she has two gay sons, and she knows a lot about the community. But it's like, she's just this sweet old lady. She doesn't know anything about technology. We actually, like, the first thing she did after she friended me, she commented on my most recent post, saying, "Hi, I miss you. How's school been? How's life been? I love you. Talk to me soon." And I'm like, Grandma, you're cute. But this post was about things I was seeing outside of Starbucks. Like, thank you for commenting and all of that, but keep it in the message. So I messaged her, and like,
down here,
half of her words were in text talk, because she's just like, most of our conversation was just, technology is so confusing. I don't know how you kids do it. I don't know how to type out all the words as fast as you do, so I'm just gonna I'm just gonna type them out in the letters. I'm like, you're cute. But yeah, so a lot of the reactions I've gotten so far were positive, and from the people I haven't gotten reactions from, or haven't gotten a positive reaction from, I haven't gotten a negative reaction, which is good.
That is a good sign.
So I'm, like, most of the people that I was worried about, I find I shouldn't be worried about. It's like, grandparents are really the only ones I have to worry about anymore.
Yeah. Beyond family, though, how do people react when you come out to them?
Most of my friends have been amazing. I actually came out at my brother's going away party, when he was moving out of the house. And so it was a group of about 10 people at the time. And I'm like, hey, before you people go, there's this thing that I need to tell you. And I was freaking out, because they were the first people I'd come out to.
Right.
And they're like, well, we figured this sort of thing was going to be coming. This was 2 years ago. And they're just like, well, we figured something like this was going to happen. And so they're all fantastic. Everybody I've come out to at college is wonderfully accepting. Like, I have not gotten any negative reactions in person. Online, I've gotten some, just because online there's always the people who are like, I'm like, yeah, go away, I don't care. I don't even know you, I don't care. But yeah, everyone who I've told has either given a positive reaction, like, oh, this is okay, this is cool, we'll transition these names and pronouns. And only like 3 people have been like, I don't accept trans, I don't like trans, but you're my friend, so I'll accept you. Which, I mean, I'm fine with. I honestly don't care. I am not a spokesperson for trans by any means whatsoever. So for him to accept me at all is wonderful, when he openly said, I don't accept trans, mainly because he didn't understand it. Right. Which is understandable. But for him to accept me nevertheless is wonderful.
Well, all very eye-opening.
Yeah.
Now, for those of you who have probably guessed, yes, this episode is still live from Animarathon.
Woo.
So if you're hearing boom, 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 boom in the background, that's the rave.
Yeah.
So to go off the beaten path here, Animarathon 2015, your thoughts?
It has been awesome. I've been going for the past 2 years, so this one, it's been really fun. We have a big supernatural group. which is wonderful whenever you have a big group. And then my cosplay partner and her brother, which it was his first con, and he had a great time.
It was my sister's first con, too.
Yep. They did crack Attack on Titan cosplays, and he was Jean with a horse head, and she was Erin with shutter shades and a Jaeger Bombastic shirt. And everyone loved it because they're like, oh my god, this is the best thing I've seen all day. And horse heads are wonderful, but they're awful at the same time.
Oh yeah, they're tough to wear.
But they're hilarious when you see people acting in them.
Oh, absolutely. And I suppose it might have been obvious before, but what cosplay are you in?
I am Gabriel from Supernatural. I've had this cosplay for a year now. Finally styled and cut this wig, which has needed it for a year now. But yeah, so I keep adding to this cosplay, keep perfecting it. I'm adding wings this summer. Full wings. So excited.
You can't see it out there in podcast land, but Eric just almost did a Jekyll and Hyde transformation here with the wings, so very nice.
I have an issue with wings.
Do you want to go into details about that or no?
No, they don't need to know.
Okay. Well, do you have a place for people to ask you further questions if they're interested?
Yeah, Tumblr is probably the best. You can either go on my main blog, which is Bloody Wolf Fangs, or you can go to my Gabriel Roleplay blog, which is Brave Little Trickster.
Okay.
I'm on Brave Little Trickster more. A lot more people know me from that, from that one. But I'm on both of them enough to, if I see a little one on my message, I'm gonna be freaking out because, oh my god, I have an ask. And I am more than welcome to answer any question whatsoever, except what my birth name was. That is the only thing I will never divulge, unless, like, you knew me before.
Fair enough. Well, it's been a pleasure having you on the show.
It's been a pleasure being here.
And, again, that Tumblr is what again?
Bloody Wolf Fangs or Brave Little Trickster.
Okay. And that just about wraps it up for Radioactive Walrus's WalrusCast Soapbox. Tune in next time. We'll have a whole new show for you. And I'm Jonathan Knoll, your Uncle Walrus.
And I'm Eric Prine, your local Gabriel.
Stay tuned, Internet. Stay tuned. WalrusCast is hosted by Jonathan Knoll. Our title music is Cephalopod Walrus Mix by Kevin McLeod and mixed by Jonathan Knoll. You have listened to a production of Radioactive Walrus Entertainment.
WalrusCast.
This has been a production of Radioactive Walrus Entertainment.
John, what do chickens say?